was it? Day 18. Time to automate the atlas. Atlas, there it is. Okay, so all of this. Yeah, there's not that much stuff here. So, I'm gonna be automating it somehow. I suppose the first step would be to go into our build, and I'll just uncomment. I'll just comment out all of that, and I'm gonna write new file called build, I guess. That works. And I'm just gonna compile and run that. So this is gonna be code, so build March native, Volvo extra, geo. Yeah, that works. And of course I wanna actually run it. I think that works. Just do this. Obviously it's not gonna compile. What's the console entry point again? No, you could just use int main. But what are the other ones? Might as well remind myself. The win main application entry point. Yeah. Win main or W win main. Yeah. What are the other ones? MSDN, console entry point. I mean, you can specify as well, but like, what are the base ones? No, not that. Jesus. F sharp. Come on. My God. Is it like? Is it just in main? No. It's W in main. Either win main or W in main. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could just use in main, whatever. Just wanted to find that one. Windows.h. What is this putting to that? To make it compile faster. Alright. Return 0. Now it should compile and run. Presumably. No? No? It's not compiling and running. Why not? Is it compiling? Is this and, is that just not allowed? Yeah, that works. It's just hanging forever? What? I don't get it. What? Yeah, it runs. What? Wait, hold on. Why is it executing PowerShell? What's happening there? Command PowerShell. What? No. No. What? Yeah. Just do that. Apparently that also failed. Okay, that succeeds. That succeeds. But if you execute it, it just fails. Why? Why does it fail? Does this actually execute? Let's see. Include stdio printf. It doesn't. Oh wait. Oh no, it just hangs forever. I see. No, it does just hang forever. Why? I don't understand. What? It's not executing the right build. Something. Yeah. No, that works. Is it because this needs to be a backslash? Yeah. Okay. Can I do an and now? I can. Okay. Well, I don't really need this echo now that I'm just executing a build program. Alright. So what do I want to do here? Well, at the very least... Well, I guess for now I'll leave the echo in. At the very least for now, we want to do this and then compile the rest of the code. And this will write a file. That's like in the code. I guess I should just assume that this is being run from the root directory. Yeah, let's just do that. Alright. So the file that I'm writing is out path, you know, out path is generated. Yes, let's just call it that. Okay, I don't really want to couple these too much, so I'll just copy paste some things. I like probably that. Do we need all of that? Well, not that. Strings. Yeah, I'll bring over memory. Strings. Yeah, might as well. Okay. Type defs. std int and def. Yeah, it works. Right, well, I mean, we need to build up this string from something. Str builder, I guess. Well, we need the arena as well. Yeah, here we only need one arena relay, probably. Yeah. Arena. What's the arena? Base size used temp count. Do I have kilo, mega, giga? Yeah, it's just 1 gigabyte will do. Virtual alloc. That virtual alloc will so there's the arena. Now string builder. Needs an array to write stuff into. I mean, really, it's like char star putter, you know, length, and it's just that, like capacity. Capacity is I mean, I suppose I should define some megabyte, gigabyte, whatever. Byte, kilobyte, megabyte, and gigabyte. byte, megabyte, kilobyte, gigabyte. Like 20 megabytes. Arena, like array, arena, type is char, and count is builder capacity. Okay, that is the string builder. So we can just push on to that. Well, I guess maybe I should just change string format, or I'll just have another one, another function like that. That's like void builder format. Builder so out would be builder pointer plus builder length size is builder capacity minus builder length. Then we go into STB and we just say that the size is that. Pass in the arguments, then we do builder length plus equals that. Yeah. Okay, builder format generated by build.c. Do not edit by hand. Builder there, and then at the end of this we'll just write it out. We'll just say, write entire file. Give it the arena, give it the path, give it the builder pointer, and give it builder length. Just try that out. Alright. Of course we need to implement write entire file. Well, we have read entire file here somewhere. What's being worked on today? Well, automatic generation of whatever it is that we needed to automate, Atlas IDs. create entire file, path, void star pointer, I64 length. Yeah, that works. Well, really, this should be a little different. This should be temp memory block. Temp memory, so create file within the temp memory block and just get the handle out. Like that. There. Okay, so we get that out. Then we don't do this. Okay, so really we just need to make this write file call and close handle probably. Yeah. Okay. Okay, write file. Let's find out what it needs. Okay. Handle, we have that. Content looks like, which is pointer. Number of bytes to write. Length. So we can't write more than 4 gigabytes, I guess. Well, we were not going to be doing that. Number of bytes written, which is a D word, yeah. Bytes written and overlapped we don't need. Okay, so this is a write file result now. Bytes written should be equal to length and close handle. Yeah. Something like this. Jenny. Okay, what? Well, a bunch of warnings. Presumably about unused functions. Yeah, unused functions. I don't care about those warnings. Ah. Interesting. Shouldn't it be crashing here? Because we're trying to open an existing file, but there is no existing file. Maybe it is. Launch. So let me just copy that. Okay, well, there it is. Yeah, it is crashing. Interesting. Exit process 1. So now can I not make it like crash? Oh, return an error code or something? I mean, it exits. But it kind of ignores this exit code. seemingly. Yeah, like you can't tell from the terminal. Yeah, ideally you'd be able to tell from the terminal output that it failed. I guess we need to print out where the assertion failure happened to make this happen. Yeah, we can do that. I mean, we're gonna have to write this std out anyway. Write to std out string write file std out str pointer str lang. And I guess we don't really need to worry about the status too much. What's wrong with this? We need to, what, open it first or something? Hey, this is a handle, right? Did I just cast it? I guess we're gonna find out, let's see. Write to std out. Test. Okay, well that doesn't. Need to wrap it. Right. That's done. Yeah, no, that works. Write to std out. What are we writing? Assertion failure. Something like this, right? Oh yeah. Everything needs to be able to see this. Now what? Oh yeah, we can't do this actually. I see. Well, what if we just take string out to before everything else and write to std out to before everything else, like that. Yeah, now it works. Alright. Wait, does it fail on the debug break? Like, does it just exit? Yeah, it does. I see. Yeah, there it is. Now I just need to add to this where the assertion failure happened. I think I can just do this, right? Can I? Yes. Alright. File. And I would like to say line, you know, but I don't think I can. Because it's a number. Like, that's not gonna work. Yeah. But you can, like, stringify it somehow. I think. Stringify x. It's like you have to go through 2 layers of macros or something. Like, this is not easy. That work? No. Okay, that's the expansion. Well, actually that does work almost. It's just... yeah. It's just we need to like have two of these. And one of them does the pound and the other one doesn't or something. Yeah, there it is. String. Stringify. Okay, well now at least we got that going for us. If this could be like highlighted, because this is running as a build step, so maybe we could make it be highlighted actually. Let's see, can I? Maybe. Almost. Let's see, what does a... oh, yeah, that's not an error. That's an error. And that's picked up. Okay, so if we could just... line... just replicate that, right? Let's say column is 1 colon, like that. Does that get picked up? No. Colon, colon, colon. Do you need error? Yeah. Okay, well now we can navigate these, more or less. Alright, well... good enough. Invalid handle value. Yeah, because we're opening it wrong, that's right. Well, create always. That's it. Okay, now we're failing here, because we're failing to write. Oh, actually, what does write file return? Oh, I already have that one. Return value is non-zero. True. Ah, so no, this is fine. Okay, well, again, let's see. Yep. Bytes written 0. What are we trying to write? Are we trying to write something that makes any sense? Trying to write builder pointer. No, that works. Error code, error IO pending is not a failure. Imagine calling it a status code or something instead of an error code. Can you imagine having foresight? Anyway, what are we doing here? 46, yeah. Oh, generic read. I opened it with the generic read. Generic write. Okay. Okay, so now generated. So hold on. Generated.c. Open anyway. What did we end up writing? Oh, did we write the null terminator? Is that what happened? Yeah, I think that's what happened. Well, let's just not do that then. Okay, there it is. VS Code apparently does not realize that generated.c is a C file. Oh, now it does realize it. Okay. Alright. Okay, what is it that I want to auto-gen again? Well, entity ID with it. Oh, well, either way, I'm gonna have to read through all these asprite files. So wherever I'm doing that, just move that code over. Alright, here. Okay, except that it's gonna have to be different. Well, this first part is fine. Find data, find first file. Yeah, assert, do. Alright, go in. Then we have, that's the name of the file. Okay, well, here we go. So the name of the file actually tells us two things. Well, yeah, it's the entity ID and also the animation. And I guess I should rename these to like commando idle and lemurian idle, in order to not be confusing. Yeah, that's what we have with the generating. Well, I mean, let's do that. Yeah, and then we can just assume that all of these names have... Well, we know for a fact that they end on .asprite. So... it's Strlang... I mean, it's even... So it's Strlang minus size of .asprite minus 1. Yeah, minus 1. That. So that's the name. Now if you just look around the, well, alright. I guess what the two pieces of information we need is like entity name and animation name. If I do this, names, I guess that's the file name. Now let's just iterate through that. Index, file name, char is file name pointer index if char is underscore. So we kind of want to split the string at the underscore. Then what? Then names entity is slice file name from 0 to index, and names animation is slice file name from index +1 to file name length. Static slice and then like some kind of index. Let's start and result is pointer plus start pointer. I mean, and minus start. Turn result. That's good enough. Okay, so there's the names entity, names animation. Okay, so we don't have these enums that are the IDs. What we have instead is strings that are names, and those strings can be used to generate some of that stuff. So for now, I'm just gonna comment out much of this. I guess let's if 0 is. Including that. Well, the entity name, so that's enough to generate this enum. Builder, enum, begin, I guess. Let's try it that way. Builder, entity ID. And then builder enum and at the end of that enum add, sure. Entity ID none. And then at the end add count, and then in between add the I mean in between we want to add the except we don't have all the file names and what have you. So we could either build out all these strings separately and then merge them together, or we could iterate through the files multiple times. wants to collect all the data. I mean, this is definitely more convenient. Although this would... okay, well... is it? In terms of reading it, I suppose it is, yeah. Alright, let's do that then. So this will happen elsewhere. Outside this do while here. And there's gonna be a loop here. For something, right? This do while loop needs to collect all the information we need out of the files, so we don't have to, so we just have it. So we just have it. Well, time def struct a file info, I guess. And what do we want in the file info? Well, we want these names, for sure. So instead of doing it this way, we just have an array of file info structs. I mean, I guess I can even take it outside. File info, file infos. Yeah, this has to be an array. Alright. Pointer, length, capacity. And capacity would be like some large number, whatever. Struct. And then file infos pointer is arena alloc array. Arena file info, yeah. And how many file infos capacity? That's how many. So this is supposed to iterate through that and collect the information. Break. So this is not names anymore. So within each of these loop iterations, we're just going to have an index, I mean current file index 0, file info, info is file infos plus, pointer, plus current file index. And then at the end, you know, it's current file index plus 1. Okay, now info names is filled in here. Alright. And then outside there. Outside we just iterate through the file infos. Int 0 less than file info's length. Oh, I need to add to the file infos though. Yeah, I guess we'll just create a new one and then push it in. And well, I mean, I guess I could do it this way as well, right? Because we have this current file index hanging around. So like just assert that current file index is less than file info's capacity. Just assert that. And then at the end, just say that file info's length is current file index. Yeah, then I think that'll work. And then it's all this. Okay, well, let's take a look. File infos. No. No, is it crashing somewhere? No. No, yeah. Why wasn't it? Okay, file infos. So length is 3, which is correct. So okay, that part's fine. File infos pointer, file infos length. Can you display multiple? Oh. Okay. Lemurian. Okay, so the first one names entity. Lemurian idle. Length 2. Well, that's wrong. Length 8. Okay, that part's fine. This length 2 right here is wrong. Oh, let's minus that. Oh, it is working. Okay, Lemurian length 8, animation idle length 4. For some reason it's the same. And that's also the same. Well, that's clearly not right. Okay, well, let's take a look. Go in. It scans through that. Fills in that first one. That's a commando, by the way. Yep, that's fine. That's also fine. Current file index is incremented. Find next file. Assert current file index is less than that. File infos pointer plus current file index. That is the file info. It's not filled, so it will scan through the name and fill in the second one, which is good. which is pointing to the wrong thing. What? That doesn't make any sense. This is 0. So info is that pointer. The second time around, it's a different pointer. And somehow it's overwriting. I mean, I could just set a breakpoint here. Okay, so info is nothing. Fill it, that changes. That changes. 1b5. Okay, we're about to do the change again. 1b520, so we're pointing here. Not here. Here. Oh wait. Oh yeah, that's. Wait, no. These pointers changed for some. Okay, and the third time it's gonna change them again. Okay, that pointer isn't changing. But for some reason, everything else is changing. What? 1 AC is 3 zeros. And there we go. Walk, walk. Interesting how they come in a different order every time as well. Maybe we need to sort them or something. Maybe we don't. Yeah, probably need to sort them. Otherwise this will be a different array every time. Let's pick to do sort. Current file index +1. Find next file. Oh wait. Oh, I'm pointing to the name. We need to copy the string, of course. It's not just a slash. Arena %.s and think it's is it length first, and the length should be an int. So that's the length, and that is the pointer. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so I just run here, file infos, commando idle, commando walk, Lemurian idle. Idle, walk, idle. No, they are in the same order. At least on this computer. Although, well, maybe we don't need to sort them. Yeah, this looks to be alphabetic. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna go take a toilet break. Let's zoom it. disable preview. So now it's just read, write this out. So it's builder enum add file infos pointer index and index names entity. It's just that. There. Yeah, that's probably what I want to write. Okay, enum begin and enum end and enum add. That's what we want. Yeah. Builder enum begin. Builder name. This is just builder format, builder lit name. So that would be what type def enum name open one of those. Enum and would be that builder current name. Sure. And then set this current name to nothing. And set this current builder current name is name. Of course, and would be that, then %.s, then semicolon. And enum add name builder format builder %.s. I suppose I just 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, then that let name that. What does this end up doing? Str. Alright, well, new lines would help. So enum add should have a new line here. Type def enum here should have a new line here. And this should have a new line here. Yeah. Also, enums should have colons, commas there. Alright. Now we just need to paste entity ID in front of that. And that's actually easy enough. Underscore lit builder current name. Okay. There we go. Okay, add none, add count, commando Lemurian. Oh. Okay, well, that's actually one thing that's We only need to add a variant if it's not already there, so we need to deduplicate. Now, which means perhaps it's not so much the file infos that we need. Oh, well, file infos will help. Okay, well, just multiple steps are required. Yeah, well, the first step could just be that. The second step could just be, let's deduplicate str star entity names deduplicated. Arena alloc array, arena string, and builder, file infos length. I guess I can put this into a separate scope then. And I suppose this is also an array str pointer i64 length capacity. And capacity is going to be just that, because it can't be more than that. And pointer, this is the pointer. There we go. And instead of iterating through the file infos, we'll iterate through entity names deduplicated. Like that. So right now it's just gonna be nothing, right? Yeah. Okay, so now for i64 index is 0, index is less than file infos length, index plus file info is file infos pointer plus index. Okay, so now we have the info names entity. Okay, so there you go, there's the entity name. Str name is that. Now, given that this is the entity name, let's iterate through index is 0, index is less than entity names deduplicated length, index plus plus. So we iterate through those, we go, well, I have str existing name is entity names deduplicated pointer index. Okay, so that's the existing name. New name info names entity. If strec new name existing name already present is true, break bool already present is a new name, is false, already present is true, break, and then if already present if not already present, then our push entity names deduplicated, and we're pushing what? New name? That. Okay, there you go. Now we just kinda need to capitalize the first letter, probably. Might as well do it here, I guess, as well we have both strings. Info names entity pointer 0 is capitalize that, and same with this animation. Where's our strings here? Static void capitalize char return char plus the difference between what, like lowercase a and capital A. That's not void though. So it's that. Yeah, oops, wrong way. Yeah, minus. That works. Well, that's the entity ID, Now I should probably have two new lines here. What else are we generating? Okay, so that one we've got it figured out. Next one is this animation ID. Builder. Well, really, it's like that. Except that we are gonna be iterating through. So instead of entity ID, now it's animation ID. Might as well have a none in there, maybe? Yeah, sure, why not? None, then it's file infos. And then, I mean, I might as well create another one. Well, yeah, probably should do it in 2 steps. Animation name. Animation name is format arena %.s underscore %.s, and this is lit info, well, file info is file info's pointer index. So this is info names entity, and this is info info names animation, that. Alright, yeah. Guess enum and maybe should just add 2 new lines. Why not? Yeah, that works. Entity ID, animation ID. They're just in whatever order they happen to be in. I mean, okay. Yeah, I guess that works. And what else are we generating? Atlas ID. Well, for this we actually need to look inside asprite files and to figure this out. Cumulative frame counts. Okay. Well, we have all this code that's commented out that looks inside the file. Well, I mean, the only thing we really need to know is how many frames there are. So, which we kind of get just here. Well, that's not happening. Path, we do kinda need to format the path. I mean, I guess I couldn't call it like C file name. Just to length. So this could just be C data, C file name. Content. Honestly, that's just in the file, right? That's the frame count. So should I just do the read entire file? Mention alignment, interesting. Okay, let's take read entire file. Write entire file, read entire file. Okay, read entire file. Okay, all of the asprite stuff, like all of this should just migrate over. Main. Okay. Apparently variable size not at the end. Well, we'll see about that. Okay, so asprite is now all in here, and maybe I should just have like a ace file content like that. And then, what is this? Info content is ace. Like that. Yeah, so that variable size, whatever, I think I turned that off here. Might as well turn it off. Okay, let's compile. Okay, that compiles and runs. Of course, we're not using that information. Okay, so enum begin, what are we beginning? Atlas ID. Yeah, a white pixel is the first one, count is the last one. After the white pixel we have font, and then we need to iterate through all the animations and all the frames within those animations. Well, I mean, that is the animation name. So let's just have an array of those. Animation names. Arena, alloc array, arena, str, and what file info's length, right? So just that many. Animation names, index is animation name. Okay, so now that we have animation names, we can just iterate through them. So animation name would be animation names index. Then we add not, well, that's the animation name. Str, what, like atlas name is str format arena %.star_s, so that's lit animation name, and then underscore frame %d. That's the frame index. +1, why not? Okay, builder enum add atlas name. So for i64 frame index is 0. Frame index is less than well, we do need the info still. So info content frame count frame index ++. Go in here, and there we go. Make it an int. There we go. Okay, something like this. What are we generating? Yeah. Idle frame 1, walk frame 1, frame 2, Lemurian idle frame 1, count, white pixel font. Yeah, that looks like what we have here. Oops. Okay, so that's being generated. Now, generate this stuff. Okay, so that's the, alright. Okay, how am I gonna do that? In builder, what is this? Table, begin, I guess, and then name would be that. I mean, I guess it's like str type, name, count, entity ID, count. Okay, that's begin, and then builder table end. No, builder is the first argument. So I32 that TID count equals I mean, it doesn't have to be like, we could just make it an int maybe, although, Alright, I32, global, whatever. That's interesting. Okay, well, no, these are just I finally see how you're using the arenas and the temp blocks for handling scratch memory. Implement my own version. Yeah. I mean, it's I learned this from Handmade Hero. It's pretty much that exact implementation that Casey had. I have, yeah. Didn't make it that far? I see. So what are we doing here? So for each, yeah, so this is just an entity iteration. Which means we need those deduplicated names. Oops. Alright. Length, index. Alright. Str entity name is entity names deduplicated. index alright. So for each name, the entry, so builder, table, add, and well, I guess like key value, it's that. Str key is str format, and so we're putting in what? Entity ID, well, entity ID underscore percent star s, let entity name, so that's the key, and value is atlas ID underscore percent star s, so that's the entity name. Underscore frame1. Get that. Okay, table begin, table end, and whatever. It's the same as for the enums. Yep. So instead of enum, it's now table. Oops. Table. Okay, so what's in begin? So we've got, well, table begin is type, name, and amount of entries. Type, name, entry count, and well, it's not type def table. It's static const type then its name static const type name brackets, and then in here we've got entry count that equals open bracket, yeah. Current name does not need to do anything, like we don't need to keep track of that. Table end is just this. Table add, okay. Table add does end on a comma. There are indentations there. Is that okay? Key value. Let key let value. Just that. Okay, what does this generate? Yeah, well, almost. Oh, well, actually, this is interesting. I guess I should manually modify it to match what we are generating, just to see if it's working. So first of all, animation ID, there is a none. So if I just do that, is it still gonna work? Alright, so this is build. Oh god. Build. And this down here is run. Alright. Does that work still, or does it not? Oh yeah. I need to modify this stuff. Idle. Lemurian idle. Yes, it works. Okay. So that's the first thing I changed. Then, did I change anything else? Well, no. Not quite. Not. Yeah, so this is kind of important to get right. Because this needs to point to... Yeah, this thing needs to be whatever happens to be first in this list of Atlas IDs, which is going to be... going to be... I mean, we do have an array of animation names and entity names. So I guess the simplest way would be to not actually use these deduplicated names. It would be to... Let's see, so let's take these deduplicated names and put them back in here. And instead we're gonna iterate through the file infos. And then info is that, it's file infos. Yep, key is... Okay, key is info entity name. I'll keep names. It's not, oh god. It's file info. Info names entity. Okay, so key is that. Value, well, value isn't quite that. Like right here, I think what we can do is just keep track of the current entity name. Of course, that assumes that all the entities are going to... It kind of assumes that it's sorted, right? That the file infos are sorted. So maybe just sort them just to be sure that they're sorted. After all, okay, well, yeah, let's do that. Sort. Whichever header it's in, which header is sorted. Doesn't tell me. stdlib or something? stdlib.h. No. Did you mean abort? No. crt sort. Q sort. Yeah, what? qsort. Is that what it's called? It's called qsort? Is it gonna tell me where a qsort is in? Undeclared identifier. Oh my god. Include std lib.h. Is it there? Yes. Right. Right. Qsort. What does it take? Base, number of elements, size of elements, and core CRT non-secure search sort compare function. Compare function, basically. Okay, qsort. So, file infos, pointer, number of elements, file infos, length, size of elements, size of file infos, pointer, and file info compare. There. Yeah, and this is like int file info compare, return 0, like, what's the signature of that? Ah, there we go. Int. Yeah, that's we've got that. Const void star val1, I guess, and const void star val2. Yeah, I think that's all we need. Unused parameter, okay. So we want to sort what? Like val entity names? Well, I mean, I guess we need to kind of sort the file names. So C file name, this could just be info names file, just that. Strcomp. I mean, you need to cast it as a file info. And then pull names file out of it. Except that, is there a string end compare or something that takes the lengths? Yes. String comp. If two possibly null terminated arrays, well, can you not take two of these counts? No. Well, I mean, it's gonna be min of, well, No, I need them to be alphabetical. And you'd pick the shorter of the two. Okay. File info, file 1. Okay, so now we're gonna need to do a lot of that. File 2. And then the return string compare. Yeah, at this point might as well do this. And what are we comparing? We're comparing file 1 names file and file 2 there. File 1 names file and file 2 names file. And the shorter these. One, well, 2, well, pointer. File length, pointer, length. Anyway, let's see what this does once it compiles. Yeah, let's not do anything there. Okay. File infos are sorted. And evidently they're sorted to, well, I think I have them in watch. Oh my god, that's the wrong one. I think I have them in watch. Command idle, command walk, Lemurian idle. Okay. Command walk, Lemurian idle, commando idle. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there it is. Names file. I mean, I suppose I can just pull it out here. Names file. And this would be string. Alright. We're comparing two identical ones. I mean, they had different pointers. not? Wait, am I? Oh my god. This needs to be copied. God damn it. This needs to be copied. Data C file name. There it is. So now this actually doesn't need to be a copy, because it's already on the arena. We can just slice it. From 0 to info names file length minus that expression. So now it's commando idle, commando vocal, murine idle. So that actually does make sense. Alright, so file names are definitely sorted now. Which means that if we iterate through this, all we need to keep track of is the current string. Current entity is file info. Oh my god. File infos. Wait. Well, let's initialize it to nothing. Oh my god. Alright. There we go. Current entity is nothing. Now, if rec, if the strings are the same, current entity and info, can we have some autocomplete? Info names entity. So if they aren't the same, then, well, current entity is going to be set to that. Like that. But before we do that, we need to copy. I mean, we need to insert the entry into the table. And what's the entry? It's entity ID, atlas ID, and this is actually the animation ID. So this is like entity name, which is that. Info names animation. So it's something like that. Yeah, so that and that. First atlas ID. Look at the commando info Lemurian. Figure it out. Okay. Now this table. Cumulative frame count. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. Well, it's gonna be something like this. And now the key is the animation. So we are going through all the animations. go through. I mean, I guess animation names are just string pointer, yeah. Animation, well, str, animation name is animation names index. Okay, so we have the file info and we have the corresponding animation name that's already formatted. I32 current cumulative count is 0. Okay. So whenever we switch entities, I mean, yes, whenever we switch entities, we reset the count. That's what's happening here. Okay, so we do still need to keep track of current entity. So this is different. So current cumulative count is reset, and current entity is set to that. Alright. And then at the end, current cumulative count, we need to add however many we have in this animation leading up to this, which is info content frame count. But no matter what, we are gonna have to add a key value, some kind of key value. Okay, so what's the key? The key is actually just the animation name. The key is just the animation name. Well, actually, no, it's not just the animation name. It's animation ID. Underscore animation name, like that. So that's the key, and the value is %d current cumulative count. So it's just something like that. Let's see what that does. Yeah. Idle commando walk, Murian idle reset. Yeah. Okay, well, so that's this part being auto-generated. So let's see, can we just remove it and simply include generated.c. Oops. Okay, so that's the name of the second one, and the amount that's here is not entity ID count, it's actually animation ID count. What's that? What's that? Alright. So do we still work? Yeah, we still work with auto-generated enums. I wonder if this works. Well, kind of. I mean, it found some definitions, so that's something. But it can't figure out the fact that it's included here, so I mean, I guess we can change them to ints, like, whatever. Oh my int. Okay, now it shouldn't. There we go. Now no errors. Okay, so that's that. I mean, the main thing is that it's still working. Now, ideally, since we're reading asprite files here anyway, like we don't really need to read them in here at all. And not only that, but also there are multiple things. Move all asprite parsing related work here. Move everything in build.bat here. Well, everything except compiling and running this file, of course. So all this stuff can be moved over. And is there anything else we're doing here that could be done in the build step? Let's see. I mean, benchmarks, I don't know. Well, some benchmarks, I guess, could be moved over here if they're not related to the code that's used in the game. Which is exactly what this is. So might as well move it. What else do we got? Well, sprites, animations, then we've got window creation, we've got DirectX, initialization. Yeah, all of this is DirectX initialization, rectangles, communicating with the GPU. Yeah, font. I suppose it's not just asprite parsing related work, it's move all atlas texture, atlas related work here. So like this font generation, all of this can go into the build step. So this is yeah, all of this will just go away once it's moved over. All rect packing will go away. And all that will be left is we'll just load the texture atlas. And we'll load all the data associated with those atlas locations. Yeah, these atlas locations, yeah, I guess if we're generating a texture atlas, we're gonna have to also generate atlas locations and store those somewhere. And then load both of those things. And then just send the atlas to the GPU. Yeah, we can do that. So all of this will go away. This, well, I mean, this is DirectX stuff. And this is the actual game loop. Yeah. Alright, so move all texture atlas related work here, move everything build like probably in that order. Yeah. Well. Oh, okay, so this is the build step. Yep. So all of that will go away eventually. I'll probably commit it. Probably commit it. I mean, maybe. I guess if you commit this file, then you wouldn't necessarily have to regenerate it. But then if you're committing this file, you kinda also have to commit... Well, I mean, it's not that big a deal to remove it, so let's keep it committed. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's just me fixing read file. Remove the bench stuff. Renamed some files, yeah, so that's alright. Auto generate atlas enums. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all for today. Thanks everyone.